Hello everybody and welcome back to Final Fantasy IV. I am Rufal, playing this game for you. Woo! Those of you who are wondering, why in blazes am I at the Antlion Cave? It is because the Antlion Cave, specifically in the room where the Lamia harp was to be found, you can use a siren to summon up 4 of the slime monsters. Which is enabled for the acquisition of rainbow pudding. Chose this scene because, well, it is an easy fight, as opposed to being the best place to look. Best place to look is technically the Flan Princesses on B5 of the moon, but that's also a dangerous place. So, never minding all that, Flan Princess, it's a dangerous place, and it's not easy to get to. Because, well, the drop rate for this rainbow pudding is so low that I expect to have to reload your game so that you can reclaim your sirens. So, Puddingway, I dearly hope you appreciate what has been gone through to get this pudding. Yay! Well, off you go. Well, we're here. For anyone wondering, another use of the rainbow pudding is to sell it for 100,000 gold. So, that is its alternative use. But, where's our love-struck little buddy off to now? Well, in order to find him, basically we just need to follow the track of the game. When we saw him in Agart, we were preparing to come down here to the Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Castle. Dwarf Fortress is something completely different. Oh man, something completely different. Where will we find the little guy? Well, in the pub. Ta-ta! Hey, buddy! Oh, hello, Cecil. You're trying to drown your worries down here, too. What? What happened? Oh, good for you. Remember when I went to go give my girlfriend that pudding last time? Well, when I got there, I found another man giving her a present of his own. Can't imagine what it's like, Cecil. I've given up on the world. Nothing matters. I just don't care anymore. Namingway the apathetic. What do you want? Haven't you done enough? Why won't you just leave me alone? Snap out of it. Whoa! What was I thinking? I forgot about everything important in life. You can't win the game if you give up midway through a match. How could I have been so blind? Let me give you this for opening my eyes again. Right. I think I'm ready to get back on my feet. Well then, till we meet again. Yeah. So, Eye Gouge. It's, imparts the ability to inflict the blindness stat upon enemies. Could be a value, or we could probably just hang on to it along with the Gill Farmer to give to Edward in the second playthrough. You know, you're calling what you do with it. But, more importantly, Puddingway has moved on. But, where's he gone? Well, fancifully enough, he's gone to the Fey March. Hey, the guy. Glad you're still here. There he is. Yeah, moping away. Oh, I must thank you for pulling me out of that slump I was in before. A lot's happened since then, but I finally broke off my relationship with that unfaithful pudding lover. I've been dating another lady now. This time I think it's the real thing. And having tasted true love, I can remain moping way no longer. Loving way the romantic. Forgive me for prying, but would you tell me the name of the person you're seeing right now, Cecil? Well, if we're to be up to 5 characters, emoticons not allowed, and what you put in here doesn't matter. But I mean, if we're to be perfectly honest, in Cecil's case, need to use enter to get out of there. Gotcha. It's a wonderful name. Trust me, I have experience with these things. No, you don't. Now, have to excuse me. It's just on my way to ask my girlfriend out on a date. Until we meet again. Yeah. Now, what name you put in there, that's up to you. It makes no difference, though it does name an augment that we will be picking up later. Speaking of picking stuff up, since we're in a convenient place to talk about it, there are more tails in the game than just the rat tail. I have alluded to them, and well, one of the tails, the pink tail is used to get the adamant armor. They're gotten from the Flam Princess. Pink tails are gotten from the Flam Princesses, and the adamant armor is the stupidly broken armor of the game. Whereas the crystal nail has a defense value of 25. The adamant armor has a defense value of 100. It also has a magic defense of 100. Yeah. And everybody except Dark Knight Cecil can equip the adamant armor. Why do I even bring up Dark Knight Cecil? Well, the equipment gained from gathering these tails, those will cycle through into the next playthrough of the game. Just like the apples and Soma drops. Soma drops being the items that increase your maximum magic points. There's also 5 other tails, which result in the onion equipment. Which is, well, red tails, which you get from red dragons, found on the moon. Or to find them, you use a siren in the floors 8 through 10 on the moon, on the lunar subterrane. You know, that area where I said that the red dragons are at, but they weren't showing up. Probably because they're the rare encounter. But that'll get you the onion sword. Here in the Fame Arch, we can use a siren to attract these guys who can drop the blue tail. They didn't, because, well, it's a stupidly rare drop, and, I don't think I even have... Oh, I do have Treasure Hunter equipped. Hey, good for me. The blue tail can be used in order to get the onion shield, which is probably the most useful of the onion equipment because it prevents all status debuffs except for Berserk, so functionally it's a ribbon that both Cecil and Kane can equip, and it's not terrible full equipment. Oh well. Let's further note, you can use a siren around the sealed cave entrance here in order to attract green dragons, so you can get a green tail, which leads to the onion helmet. Which really isn't that useful. If you're working on farming the Flan Princesses, you can buy Stardust here in Tomra. Worth doing, since that's the adamant armor is actually valuable. But if you use a sight around Coco's Forge, you'll attract yellow dragons, so you can get the yellow tail, which is used to get the onion gauntlets, I believe. Like I said, most of the onion equipment it's pretty rubbish. In order to get the black or red tails, those you'll have to do up on the moon. However, speaking of the moon, next thing we would be doing in storyline is awakening the lunar whale. Hence, hello, sir. Oh, greetings and salutations, Cecil. What brings you out this way? Myself? Well, I'm getting married. Came here to hold the ceremony. How would to you, Cecil? Thanks for everything. Suppose now I'm being married, being Lovingway won't quite be enough. Why can't you just settle on a name like a normal person? Alright, Weddingway. I hope things continue to go well. Oh, for you and Rosa, too. Let me give you this as a good luck charm. Yes, we get the love augment. Thanks, buddy. Whatever suits your taste. She actually gives a really strong hint for where we're going to find them next. Yeesh. Well, that being said, though, the love augment, this is one of the most powerful augments in the game. Mostly because the stat boon for post-70 levels, love gives 10 hit points, 5 magic points, and 1 for the other 5 stats. Strength, speed, stamina, intellect, and spirit. And there's only one other augment in the game that does that, and that is Limit Break. Limit Break is achieved by finishing the game. So, yeah, you're only going to see that in a New Game Plus. And the game only lets you go through up to 3 loops, so it's only possible to get up to 2 Limit Breaks. And you can't do the Namingway questline again, so there's only one love of augment. Theoretically, you'd want to give the love to whoever you would not want to give Limit Break to. And well, that's a tough question, to say the least. Who would you want to give Limit Break to? Well, Edge maybe for his throwing, which can do high damage, and late game you'd want to give Edge focus. Cecil, for the pre-mentioned focus. Kane, because, well, you could give him focus too, but we've also given him darkness, and darkness combined with jump frequently leads to 10k damage. There's a lot of, and Rydia is seriously the first person you ever see hit for 10k. It's the right combination of spell and elemental weakness. There's a lot of good people to give Limit Break to. You know, we'll give the love to Rydia because with most boss fights, Rydia doesn't really have much opportunity to shine. Usually just because of how enemies react to her spells or summons. Because... oh, but ultimately, what does the love do? Well, basically, it's an attack. It very definitively just replaces the attack command. It takes a little bit more time because the game gives this close-up of the character, but now then the attack happens, and it's based on the number of times that cover's been provided. More appropriately, the number of battles in which cover has happened. Which has happened a lot. So that gives Rydia the ability to hit harder than everybody, actually. Yeah, but there really is not a incorrect answer for who you give this augment to. Now, pardon me while I go fetch my whale. Alright. So, where would man formerly known as Namingway go for after his wedding? Why be here on the moon? Well, possibly to visit friends and family. Hence, hello, sir. Cecil, I never thought I would meet you in a place like this. What are you doing up here? Probably saving the world. What about you? This is where my people live, so I thought we should drop in on our honeymoon. Of course, now that the wedding is over, I suppose I can remain Weddingway no longer. It's now Hummingway, the Lunarian. Well then. Glad she can put up with this. However, there is one more step to this chain, to this side quest. Because, note that they're not here anymore. Place to buy sirens in case you need them. So, now is where we actually have to hunt for Hummingway. Because his next destination is chosen at random. So, we might as well start with the one that is here on the moon. Which is at the lair of the father. It is, fortunately, fairly close to the entrance, though. Along with plenty of monsters, you know. Come in there. Cecil, how close are you to a level up, by the way? Ah. Probably shouldn't be a problem. Where will we find him? Well, by the chest in which a Genji shield was at, which was over this way, behind the secret wall. That is, of course, if he's here. To turn out, he is not. He would be just up there if he was. But, whilst you're here, you know, with the treasure hunter, you could go to the second floor of this place to sound off a siren in order to attract armored fiends, in case you want the black tail, or maybe to steal a rune axe from them. Or you could sound it off here on the top floor in order to attract dark sages whose rarest drop is a ribbon. It is the best helmet you're gonna find for Edge, so it might be worth finding. But, you know, let's get out of here. There's so many other places to search. And we're not going to want the lunar whale because one of the places he could be at is underground, and the lunar whale's too big to go through that crater. So, where might we find him? Well, he could be in one of the 5 chocobo forests. Those being found, Visidia, Baron, near Fabul, and just one south of Terraria, and one on the island to the east of Terraria. This one here, specifically. So, is he here? All signs point to no. Worth mentioning, whilst he can't show up in the Chocobo Forest, he's not going to show up in the Chocobo Village. At least not as has been observed. Right here by Terraria. Terraria? Whatever. This is the Chocobo Forest. Oh, go away. Looks like he's not here either. The Island Chocobo Forest, which serves no functional purpose. It's not like you could take a Chocobo anywhere, and you've already got an airship at this point. So there definitely is something new here in the barren Chocobo Forest. Which is that, well, at some point, a black Chocobo showed up. When exactly that was, I don't know. I suspect it was after the Tower of Zot, because that would make it a lot more convenient for going back to the Lodestone Cavern to get the Whirlwind ability. Or at this point in the game, to go try and hunt Mind Flayers in order to get that summon. Regardless, Namingway is not here. So we have 3 more spots to check. One of them is in the Sylph Cave near the box with the Mage Masher. It's the place I'm really hoping he's not at, because that's the one that's going to take the most effort to get to. Another one is at Mount Hobbs, where we fought, where the fight with Bomb took place. And the third place is in the, it's near where we fought the Octomammoth. Now let's check Hobbs. Are you here, Namingway? Not Namingway? No, you're not. Right. Let's see, I want this entrance. Alright, here at the Underground Lake, if Namingway is here, we would be able to see him. Are these things always that small? Yes, Namingway would be up on that chunk of land if he were here. So, looks like he's decided to go to the Sylph Cave. Probably specifically because I'm recording. To which end, I kind of appreciate that he chose the last place that I had as an option to look. Because it actually forced me to show off all of them. If he's not there, I have no idea where to find him. So, let's find out.
We're at this point. Hey, we're not to find something dangerous close to us. That may be for terrain hazard. We're almost there. watch, monster!
Figures. I'm actually at a point where I might care if Cecil gains a level. Oh well, what are you gonna do? This level list is, not great as far as stat growth is concerned. Or treasure hunter, is what I mean to say. Neither is level list, for that matter. There you are! Hey, guy! Oh, Cecil! Good to see you again! You been well? I'm fine. How about you? Couldn't be better! Been on a nostalgic journey to remember everything I've lived through. Naturally, though, I cannot remain Hummingway now that I've left the moon. If you find him on the moon, he does still say that. Come going my way, the free spirit. So, where's your wife? Oh, there are lots of ups and downs in life. But you only live once. It's important to know who you are and live your life to the fullest, even when it's tough. Oh, that's right. I forgot to give you this the last time we met. It's an ancestral treasure of my people. I want you to have it. Well then, I'm going to continue traveling wherever the mood strikes me, until we meet again. And, well, I don't think we're going to see him again. However, he did give us something really nice. Safe travel! Which we definitely want Cecil to have. Safe travel, when equipped. There you are. Turns off the random encounters. So, you can travel to wherever you want to be using your sirens and, if in total safety. Not having to actually only bother with, worrying about experience counts when you are in full control over what's going to show up. Also makes it a lot easier to get back to the core of the moon. Which, we'll make use of this for next time. However, if you are set about gathering tails for the onion equipment, then I highly recommend you go to the lunar subterrane, either the 2nd floor or the 5th floor, outside of where you would the siren would attract the Flan princesses. So on these floors, when you use the siren, it will attract some blue dragons. With the treasure hunter augment equipped and fighting blue dragons, you have a really good chance of getting the dragon whisker, which is a whip for Rydia that does high damage against dragons. That will speed things up a lot. You also have a chance from the blue dragons of getting the wyvern lance, which is the anti-dragon weapon for Cain. But if you're attempting to get the red tail, you will inevitably have that drop from the red dragons. But, you know. Either way, next time we'll set about and deal with Zemus. Till then, later.